For centuries, humans have gazed at the stars, wondering if we are the only ones in this vast, endless universe. Despite all the advances in space exploration, the question remains, are we alone? But what if the answer to this question isn't found by sending rockets to distant planets or scanning the heavens with powerful telescopes? What if the evidence we seek has been here all along, hidden in plain sight, concealed within the ancient artifacts of civilizations long forgotten? Think about it. Ancient cultures, without the technology we have today, seem to possess an uncanny understanding of the cosmos. The Egyptians, the Mayans, the Sumerians, what knowledge did they have about the stars, the planets, and the universe? And where did this knowledge come from? Was it self-discovered, or was it imparted to them by visitors from far beyond Earth? Consider the Sumerians. Their tales of the Anunnaki, gods descending from the sky, seem to echo the stories of extraterrestrial visitors. According to these ancient texts, the Anunnaki taught the Sumerians agriculture, writing, and technology, skills far beyond what one might expect from a society so ancient. The same story can be found in the mythologies of cultures all over the world. Gods descending from the heavens, sharing knowledge that propelled civilization forward. Could these gods have been extraterrestrials, their ships mistaken for divine chariots, their advanced knowledge perceived as miraculous? And then there are the artifacts, the objects we have uncovered from ancient civilizations. Some of them seem to defy all logic. The Baghdad battery, a clay jar that some argue was used to generate electricity. The Antikythera mechanism, a mechanical device found in a shipwreck off the coast of Greece, thought to be an ancient analog computer that shouldn't exist at such an early stage in human history. What if these artifacts weren't just relics of human ingenuity, but signs of an external influence? What if they were remnants of a forgotten connection to an advanced civilization, not from this earth? Some have gone even further. In the remote corners of the world, bizarre objects have been uncovered, metal gears, strange pieces of machinery, and tools that appear millions of years too advanced for the time they were found in. Some of these items, like the 200,000-year-old tools discovered in Russia, seem to suggest that ancient humans were somehow in possession of technology far beyond what their primitive tools should have allowed. How is this possible? Could extraterrestrial visitors have shared their advanced technology, leaving these artifacts as a silent testament to a forgotten era? As we look at these objects, we are left with more questions than answers. Could there have been contact with beings from another world, perhaps even millennia ago? And what if the answer to our search for extraterrestrial life isn't in the stars, but in the objects and myths left behind by our ancestors? The truth might be more ancient and far more fascinating than we've ever imagined. As we continue searching the skies for alien life, perhaps it's time to turn our gaze back to Earth. Could the evidence we seek be hidden beneath the very ground we walk on, waiting for us to discover it? As we look back through the pages of ancient history, we are met with a stunning pattern, tales of beings descending from the heavens, imparting wisdom and knowledge to early humans. These stories are woven into the very fabric of civilizations across the globe, from the Sumerians in Mesopotamia to the Hindus in India. But what if these weren't just fanciful myths, but actual encounters with extraterrestrial visitors? The Sumerians, one of the earliest known civilizations, spoke of the Anunnaki, gods who arrived from the stars. These beings, with their extraordinary knowledge of agriculture, writing, and technology, were said to have shaped the course of human civilization. The Anunnaki weren't just gods in the traditional sense. They were beings with advanced understanding, coming from distant places beyond Earth. Could these gods have been extraterrestrials? In the ancient Indian texts, the Mahabharata and the Ramayana, there are references to flying machines called vimanas. These vehicles, described as capable of traveling through the sky and even space, could well be interpreted as alien spacecraft. Could these ancient stories be detailing first-hand accounts of advanced extraterrestrial technology? How could the people of these ancient civilizations have known about flying machines, space travel, and other advanced technologies, unless they had encountered beings from another world. And then there are the countless other stories, from ancient Egypt's sky gods to the Native American myths of star beings, all of whom are described as descending from the heavens. These recurring themes across different cultures, each separated by vast distances and time periods, beg the question: could they all be referencing the same thing, visitors from another planet? Perhaps these ancient encounters were not the product of human imagination, but genuine experiences with extraterrestrial life. Could it be that the gods of old were not gods at all, but beings who came from the stars, leaving behind the seeds of knowledge that would grow into the civilizations we now recognize? The truth, it seems, may be far stranger than we ever expected. Among the treasures of human history, some artifacts stand out as particularly puzzling. These objects seem out of place, as if they were created long before humanity had the means to craft them. Their design, purpose, and sophistication challenge everything we think we know about the capabilities of ancient civilizations. Could these be the remnants of a forgotten connection to extraterrestrial technology? Consider the Baghdad battery, an ancient clay jar, believed to be over 2,000 years old. When examined closely, it appears to be a rudimentary electrochemical device, possibly capable of generating electricity. Yet, how could a civilization so long ago, with no access to modern scientific knowledge, have created such a device? The idea that ancient cultures possessed knowledge of electricity seems almost impossible. But what if this was not the result of human ingenuity alone, but the legacy of a hidden influence from beyond Earth? Then there's the Antikythera mechanism, a mechanical device found in a shipwreck off the coast of Greece. This intricate gear mechanism, often called the first analog computer, is thought to date back to the 2nd century BCE. Its advanced complexity and precision defy the technological capabilities of the time. How could a civilization so long ago possess such intricate knowledge of mechanics and astronomy? Could this device be a remnant of technology shared by extraterrestrial visitors? And what about the bizarre, out-of-place artifacts found in remote parts of the Earth? In Russia, objects that appear to be pieces of machinery, some even millions of years old, have been discovered. These strange metal objects, tools, gears, and even intricately designed parts, seem far too advanced for their time. Could these be remnants of an ancient, advanced civilization, or perhaps evidence of extraterrestrial involvement? These artifacts challenge the conventional narrative of human history. They suggest that the truth may be far more complex than we have been told, and perhaps buried in these objects is a hidden story of extraterrestrial influence on our ancient ancestors. Throughout history, there has been a curious pattern of suppressed knowledge. Powerful institutions, governments, religious bodies, and academic elites have long controlled the flow of information, often keeping the truth hidden from the public. But why? What if the reason some artifacts, some pieces of history, are locked away or dismissed is because they reveal something we aren't supposed to know? Take, for example, the many ancient artifacts that have been dismissed or ignored by mainstream historians. Objects like the Baghdad battery or the Antikythera mechanism, evidence of advanced technology, are often relegated to the realm of curiosity, dismissed as anomalies or misunderstandings of ancient cultures. But what if these objects were not just the products of early human ingenuity, but clues to something much larger, something extraterrestrial? There are also accounts of ancient knowledge, texts, scriptures, and maps that suggest we have been deliberately misled about our past. The Sumerian tablets, for example, speak of the Anunnaki and their influence on humanity. Yet, much of this ancient wisdom has been suppressed or dismissed by those who control historical narratives. Could these stories of gods descending from the sky be pointing to a hidden truth that powerful forces want to keep under wraps? Perhaps throughout history, we've been fed a carefully constructed narrative, one designed to keep us from discovering the truth. What if the artifacts, the myths, and the stories of extraterrestrial contact were all part of a great cover-up? Could it be that the truth is far stranger and far more unsettling than we've been led to believe? As we dig deeper, we begin to see the outlines of a hidden story, one that has been concealed by the very people we trust to tell us the truth. The question is, why? And who stands to gain from keeping the secrets of our past buried? It's a mystery that has puzzled historians, archaeologists, and scientists for centuries. How did ancient civilizations, with no access to modern tools or technology, build structures so precise and advanced? The Egyptians, for instance, constructed the Great Pyramids with a level of precision that even modern engineers struggle to replicate. The stones, some weighing as much as 80 tons, were cut with such precision that a razor blade couldn't slip between them. How was this possible without the machinery we use today? The same question applies to other ancient wonders. The Mayans, with their extraordinary knowledge of astronomy, built massive observatories, accurately predicting celestial events. The fact that they could calculate the movements of planets with such precision, using nothing but rudimentary tools, raises a chilling question. Did they have help? There are also stories of advanced technology found in ancient texts. The Indian epic, the Mahabharata, describes weapons that sound remarkably similar to modern nuclear devices, capable of destroying entire cities with a single blast. Could these descriptions be more than just myth? Could they be echoes of ancient technology, passed down by extraterrestrial visitors? It's hard to deny that ancient civilizations may have possessed knowledge far beyond what we've been led to believe. But how could they have acquired such knowledge? Could extraterrestrial beings, with their advanced technology, have shared their secrets with early humans? And if so, where is the proof? As we dig deeper into these mysteries, one thing becomes clear. Ancient civilizations were not as primitive as we've been taught. They may have possessed advanced technology, knowledge that may have come from a source far beyond our world. In the desert plains of Peru, vast geometric patterns and giant figures stretch across the land, visible only from the sky. The Nazca Lines, as they are called, have baffled researchers and visitors alike. How could such massive designs be created without modern technology? And why would they be made in such a way that they can only be truly appreciated from above? Some scholars believe the lines were intended as a form of astronomical calendar, while others argue they were made for religious purposes. But what if the lines were something more, something designed not for humans but for extraterrestrial beings? The sheer scale and complexity of the Nazca Lines suggest that they were meant to be seen from the sky. But who was looking down on them? Could it be that these ancient peoples were trying to communicate with beings from other worlds, sending a message to the heavens? Some theorists have even proposed that the lines were a form of landing strip, created to guide extraterrestrial crafts. Others have suggested that the Nazca Lines may be an ancient map, pointing to locations of hidden knowledge or resources. Could these lines be a road map for extraterrestrial explorers? Or perhaps they were a method of marking out energy lines on the Earth, designed to be read by advanced beings with knowledge far beyond our own. Whatever their purpose, the Nazca Lines remain one of the most puzzling and awe-inspiring mysteries of the ancient world. Could they be a message from the sky, an invitation to extraterrestrials, or a sign that we were not alone in the distant past? As we look at these lines, we are left to wonder, what secrets are hidden in the desert sands, waiting to be discovered? The Great Pyramids of Giza stand as one of the most iconic and awe-inspiring structures ever built. For thousands of years, they have baffled historians, archaeologists, and engineers alike. The sheer scale and precision of these massive structures challenge everything we think we know about ancient construction methods. How could a civilization with limited technology construct such monumental feats, perfectly aligned with the stars and planets? The pyramids are built with stones that weigh several tons each, some as heavy as 80 tons. The fact that these stones were quarried, transported, and placed with such incredible precision seems impossible, especially when we consider the tools available to the ancient Egyptians. They had no cranes, no modern machinery, and no advanced technology. So how did they do it? Some have proposed that the construction of the pyramids was a highly sophisticated feat of engineering, accomplished with simple tools and a great deal of labor. Others, however, believe that the true answer lies elsewhere, that the pyramids were built with help from extraterrestrial beings. Could it be that advanced technology, possibly from alien visitors, played a role in the construction of these remarkable structures? The precise alignment of the pyramids with the stars also raises questions. The Great Pyramid is perfectly aligned with the cardinal points of the compass, and its proportions are remarkably close to the dimensions of the Earth. How could the ancient Egyptians, with no telescopes or modern instruments, have achieved such accuracy? Some theorists suggest that extraterrestrial visitors might have shared their advanced knowledge of astronomy and engineering with the Egyptians, guiding them in the construction of these precise monuments. As we contemplate the grandeur of the pyramids, we must ask ourselves, could the Egyptians have built such monumental structures without outside help? And if extraterrestrials were involved, what secrets do the pyramids hold that we have yet to uncover? The answers, it seems, may be buried deep within the stones themselves. When we look at ancient texts, religious scriptures, mythologies, and historical records, we often find references to beings who come from the sky, imparting wisdom and shaping the course of civilization. But what if these accounts are more than just metaphorical? What if they are the remnants of actual encounters with extraterrestrial visitors, preserved in the stories and texts passed down through generations? Take, for example, the Bible. The Old Testament speaks of the Watchers, angels who descended from the heavens and taught humanity forbidden knowledge. In the book of Enoch, these angels are described as giving humans the knowledge of writing, metallurgy, and the secrets of the heavens. Could these angels have been extraterrestrials, sharing their advanced knowledge with humanity? The Sumerians, too, have left us with cryptic accounts of the Anunnaki, deities who came from the stars and bestowed knowledge upon the early civilizations of Mesopotamia. These ancient texts tell stories of gods who brought not only technology and wisdom, but also a deeper understanding of the cosmos. Could the Sumerians have been in contact with extraterrestrials who shared their secrets of the universe? In India, the Mahabharata and the Ramayana describe weapons capable of immense destruction, so powerful, in fact, that they resemble modern nuclear weapons. These ancient texts also speak of flying machines called vimanas, which can traverse both the earth and the skies. Could these descriptions be exaggerated mythologies, or could they be ancient records of extraterrestrial technology and encounters? As we dive deeper into these ancient texts, we must ask ourselves, are we reading the accounts of gods and angels, or are we uncovering evidence of extraterrestrial contact? What if the knowledge these texts contain is far more advanced and far more alien than we have been led to believe? The truth may be hidden within the words of these ancient scriptures, waiting for us to uncover it. In 1976, NASA's Viking 1 spacecraft captured an image of a strange formation on the surface of Mars, a massive, humanoid-shaped face. The face on Mars, as it's come to be known, instantly captured the imagination of those who saw it. Was this simply an odd geological formation, or could it be evidence of an ancient alien civilization on Mars? The face on Mars is located in the Cydonia region, an area on the red planet that also contains other unusual structures, including pyramids and geometric formations. The face, which appears to show features resembling a human face, has long been a subject of controversy. Some scientists dismiss it as a mere optical illusion, the result of natural erosion and the play of light and shadow. But others argue that the symmetry and detail of the formation are too precise to be a random occurrence. Could this be a monument built by an advanced alien civilization? Could Mars have once been home to a thriving culture, only to be abandoned or destroyed long before humanity's existence? The possibility that the face on Mars is a remnant of extraterrestrial architecture is a tantalizing one, and it raises even more questions. Why would these beings leave such a monument on a planet that today seems so desolate? And why does this formation bear such a striking resemblance to the faces carved by ancient cultures on Earth? Some have speculated that the face on Mars is a marker, a message left for us by an ancient alien civilization, meant to be uncovered when we were ready to comprehend it. Could it be that this monument holds clues about our past, or perhaps our future? As we look up at the stars, we may be staring into the vast, empty space where once there may have been life, and perhaps a connection to our own origin. If the evidence of extraterrestrial life, hidden in ancient artifacts, texts, and monuments, were to be revealed, it would change everything we think we know about our history. The very foundation of our understanding of humanity's origins, the development of civilization, and our place in the cosmos would be shaken to its core. Imagine for a moment that we discovered irrefutable proof, an ancient alien artifact, a long-lost spaceship, or an undisputed historical record that confirmed we had been visited by extraterrestrial beings long before recorded history. The implications would be staggering. All of the myths, the stories, the so-called gods of ancient cultures might suddenly take on an entirely new meaning. What if the gods were not gods at all, but extraterrestrial visitors? What if the pyramids, Stonehenge, and the Nazca Lines were not just the achievements of primitive humans, but the remnants of an interaction between our ancestors and beings from distant worlds? If these truths were revealed, we would no longer see ourselves as the sole intelligent beings in the universe. We would begin to question everything we thought we knew about human history. Our understanding of science, religion, and even evolution would be called into question. How would we reconcile these newfound truths with our current beliefs? Would we embrace this new reality, or would the discovery lead to widespread fear and resistance? But the impact would go beyond just our understanding of the past. It would force us to rethink our future. If extraterrestrial beings had visited our ancestors, what might they have shared with them? What technologies, knowledge, or wisdom might we be sitting on, waiting to be rediscovered? Could these visitors have left behind clues, hidden in ancient texts, in artifacts, in the stars, that could shape the future of humanity? The discovery of extraterrestrial artifacts would not only redefine our understanding of history, it would open a door to a future filled with possibilities. A future where the questions we have been asking for millennia, are we alone? Where do we come from? What's out there? Might finally begin to receive answers. It's a future filled with wonder, excitement, and an ever-deepening curiosity about the universe and our place in it. What if the greatest discoveries are not behind us but still hidden in plain sight, waiting for us to unlock them? Could the missing pieces of human history lie just beneath the surface, waiting for the moment when we are ready to see them? Perhaps the truth about our origins, about extraterrestrial life, and our place in the cosmos is closer than we think. When we look at the monumental achievements of ancient civilizations, grand pyramids, vast cities, and technological marvels, their advancements often seem to outpace the time period they belong to. The Egyptians, with their precise geometry and astronomical knowledge, or the Sumerians, with their creation of cuneiform writing, appear to have reached remarkable heights of sophistication long before the advent of modern tools. This begs the question, could extraterrestrial technology have played a role in shaping these early civilizations? Consider the sheer scale of the pyramids in Egypt. The Great Pyramid of Giza, built around 4,500 years ago, is a breathtaking feat of engineering. Not only did the ancient Egyptians manage to cut and transport massive blocks of stone, but they also constructed the pyramid with a level of precision that modern architects would struggle to replicate. How could they have achieved this without the sophisticated tools and machinery we have today? Could they have received help from an advanced civilization, perhaps from beyond Earth? We also find evidence of advanced mathematical and astronomical knowledge among ancient cultures. The Mayans, for example, developed an intricate calendar system that was so precise it rivaled the best modern systems. Their ability to predict solar eclipses and track the movements of planets seems to suggest knowledge far beyond what one might expect from a civilization without telescopes. Could this be the legacy of extraterrestrial visitors who shared their advanced understanding of the cosmos? In ancient Mesopotamia, the Sumerians created an entire system of writing, law, and mathematics, but some of their knowledge seems to appear out of nowhere, as though it were suddenly implanted into their culture. The Sumerian texts, which describe the Anunnaki, beings that arrived from the heavens, are one possible explanation. Could these gods have been extraterrestrial beings who brought technology and knowledge to the early human race, accelerating our development and laying the foundation for the great civilizations that followed? If alien technology did influence these ancient societies, it would explain how they were able to achieve such remarkable feats. From the construction of massive stone structures to the development of advanced mathematics, it's as if humanity was handed a sudden and inexplicable leap forward. Could this leap have been a gift or a guiding hand from extraterrestrial visitors who saw potential in our species? As we look at these ancient marvels, we are left to wonder, were they the products of human ingenuity alone, or was there another influence at play, one that came from beyond the stars? Could extraterrestrial technology have been the catalyst that sparked the rise of human civilization as we know it? Across ancient cultures, we find similar stories of gods descending from the heavens to guide and shape humanity. These gods were often depicted as having extraordinary powers, far beyond the capabilities of mere mortals. They were said to have come from the sky, bringing with them knowledge, technology, and even the ability to control the forces of nature. But could these gods have been extraterrestrial beings rather than divine figures? In Sumerian mythology, the Anunnaki are described as gods who came to Earth from the stars. They shared their advanced knowledge with the Sumerians, teaching them how to farm, write, and build cities. Could these gods have been extraterrestrials, using their advanced technology to uplift early humans? What if the stories of gods descending from the sky are actually the first recorded encounters with alien visitors? Similarly, in Hindu mythology, the gods are often depicted as traveling in flying chariots, known as vimanas. These vehicles could travel not only through the skies but also across the universe. The descriptions of vimanas and their capabilities bear striking similarities to modern depictions of UFOs. Could these gods have been extraterrestrial beings with advanced spacecraft, visiting Earth long before humanity had the ability to understand them? Even in the Bible, there are references to beings who come from the sky. The book of Ezekiel describes a vision of a fiery chariot descending from the heavens, accompanied by beings with strange, otherworldly appearances. Could this be an ancient account of an extraterrestrial visitation? The common thread in these stories is the idea of beings with extraordinary powers who came from the sky to interact with humanity. While these figures have traditionally been considered gods, what if they were simply advanced extraterrestrials who played a pivotal role in shaping early human civilization? Could the gods of ancient mythology have been visitors from another world, imparting their knowledge and technology to our ancestors? Ancient cultures across the globe have left us with remarkable accounts of flying machines, devices capable of traveling not just across the Earth but through the sky, and in some cases, even into space. The question arises, how could civilizations without modern technology have known about flight, let alone created devices capable of aerial travel? Could extraterrestrial influence be the answer? The ancient texts of India describe the vimanas, flying chariots that were said to be used by gods and heroes. These vehicles, described as both beautiful and powerful, were capable of flying through the sky and even to other planets. In the Mahabharata, the vimanas are depicted as engaging in aerial battles, using weapons that could destroy entire cities. These descriptions sound remarkably similar to modern accounts of UFOs and flying saucers. Could the Vimanas have been real, extraterrestrial spacecraft? And could the knowledge of these advanced vehicles have been passed down to humanity by visitors from another world? In the Americas, the Mayan civilization also has stories of flying gods who descended from the sky. The Mayan gods were said to have traveled in boats that could fly across the heavens. Could these boats have been alien craft, misinterpreted by ancient civilizations as divine vehicles? Even in the Bible, there are accounts of strange, flying objects. The prophet Ezekiel describes a vision of a wheel within a wheel in the sky, surrounded by creatures with wings. Could this be a description of an extraterrestrial spacecraft? The evidence for ancient flight technology is scattered across various cultures and time periods. The common thread is the idea that ancient civilizations had knowledge of flying machines, knowledge that seems far beyond the capabilities of the time. Could extraterrestrial visitors have shared their advanced flight technology with ancient peoples, leaving behind stories and legends of flying gods and chariots? The possibility that ancient civilizations had access to alien technology is a tantalizing one, and it raises even more questions about the true history of human innovation. Mathematics has been a cornerstone of human civilization, allowing us to understand the world around us and to create remarkable structures and technologies. But some of the mathematical knowledge found in ancient civilizations seems too advanced for the time in which it was discovered. Could extraterrestrial influence explain how early humans were able to achieve such precision? The ancient Egyptians, for example, were able to design and construct the Great Pyramid of Giza with an accuracy that modern architects would struggle to replicate. The pyramid's dimensions are so perfectly aligned with the cardinal points of the compass that it seems almost as though the builders had access to knowledge of the Earth's geometry that was far beyond what their time should have allowed. Could this knowledge have been shared by extraterrestrial visitors, using advanced mathematical principles that were far beyond human understanding at the time? Similarly, the Mayans possessed a highly advanced understanding of mathematics and astronomy, developing a calendar system so precise that it rivaled modern systems. The Mayans were able to predict solar eclipses, track the movements of the planets, and understand the cycles of the moon with incredible accuracy. How could a civilization without telescopes or modern instruments have achieved such precision? Could extraterrestrial beings have shared their advanced understanding of mathematics and the cosmos with the Mayans, giving them the knowledge to create such accurate systems? Even in ancient Mesopotamia, the Sumerians developed an advanced system of mathematics that included concepts such as zero, long before it was discovered in the West. How could the Sumerians have come to possess such advanced mathematical knowledge? Could extraterrestrials have shared this knowledge, enabling the Sumerians to create a system that would serve as the foundation for much of human mathematics? As we look at these ancient civilizations and their advanced mathematical knowledge, we are left to wonder, could extraterrestrial visitors have been the source of this wisdom, passing down knowledge that shaped the course of human history? The more we uncover, the more we see how deeply entwined extraterrestrial influence may be in the story of human civilization. When we think of human evolution, we often imagine a slow, gradual process driven by natural selection and survival of the fittest. But what if this process was not as simple as we've been led to believe? What if extraterrestrial beings played a pivotal role in shaping the development of humanity, guiding our evolution in ways we can't fully understand? There are many mysteries about human origins that conventional science struggles to explain. For instance, why did our ancestors suddenly experience a rapid leap in brain size and cognitive abilities, seemingly out of nowhere? Around 200,000 years ago, Homo sapiens appeared with advanced tools, complex social structures, and a level of intelligence that set them apart from other species. How did we make this leap so suddenly, without the same gradual changes seen in other species? Some theorists believe that this sudden jump in human development could be the result of extraterrestrial intervention. The idea is that advanced alien beings may have visited Earth long ago, manipulating early human genetics to enhance intelligence, physical abilities, and social behaviors. This could explain why humanity seems to have skipped many of the intermediary stages seen in the evolution of other animals. The ancient Sumerians believed that the Anunnaki, gods from the heavens, created humans by mixing their own genetic material with that of primitive hominids. Could this be an allegorical reference to extraterrestrial intervention in our evolution? Perhaps the gods they worshipped were actually alien visitors, who introduced new genetic traits and knowledge to early humans. If this theory holds any truth, it would suggest that human evolution was not just a biological process, but also a guided event, influenced by beings far more advanced than we are. Could extraterrestrials have been involved in shaping our species, accelerating our development, and laying the groundwork for the civilizations we would later build? As we delve into this mystery, we must ask ourselves, how much of our evolution is truly natural, and how much of it could be the result of an outside influence, possibly from beings not of this world? In the ancient city of Baalbek, Lebanon, lies a mystery that has puzzled archaeologists for centuries. The Baalbek stones, massive blocks of stone weighing up to 1,000 tons, have been transported and stacked with such precision that modern engineers struggle to explain how they were moved and placed. These massive stones are so large that even with today's technology, it would be incredibly difficult to move them, let alone position them with the level of accuracy seen in Baalbek. How were the ancient builders of Baalbek able to work with stones that dwarf anything we use today? Some scholars suggest that the stones were moved using simple tools and immense human labor, but this explanation doesn't account for the sheer size and weight of the blocks. How could primitive civilizations have managed such an engineering feat without advanced technology? Could extraterrestrials have been involved, offering knowledge or even tools to help them move these massive stones? In fact, some theories propose that the precise alignment and size of the Baalbek stones are evidence of alien engineering. The stones fit together so perfectly that no mortar is needed between them, and the method of their transportation and placement seems far beyond what ancient human civilization should have been capable of. Could extraterrestrial technology have been responsible for the construction of this remarkable site? Or did visitors from another world lend their expertise to help early humans build such an awe-inspiring structure? The very size of the stones at Baalbek seems to suggest that they were meant to withstand the test of time, perhaps built not just as a city, but as a monument, an enigmatic message from a forgotten age. Could this mystery be part of a larger story of ancient extraterrestrial involvement in Earth's history? As we contemplate the Baalbek stones, one thing becomes clear: the truth behind their construction may be far stranger than we've been told. The ancient Egyptians left behind a treasure trove of knowledge in the form of their hieroglyphic writing system. These intricate symbols were used to document everything from daily life to religious rituals, and they provide us with a window into the Egyptian world. But could there be more to these symbols than meets the eye? What if some of the hieroglyphs contain messages that were never meant for the eyes of mere mortals? Could they be encrypted knowledge, passed down by extraterrestrials, designed to be deciphered only when humanity was ready to understand? One of the most striking aspects of ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs is their complexity. The Egyptians didn't just use these symbols for everyday writing. They were also employed in religious texts, rituals, and the design of monuments. The hieroglyphs weren't simply a means of communication. They were a key to understanding the mysteries of the universe. But the deeper meanings of many of these symbols have remained elusive, even to modern scholars. Could it be that some hieroglyphs were meant to convey knowledge that transcended human understanding, possibly knowledge from extraterrestrial beings? Ancient Egyptian texts, such as the pyramid texts and the coffin texts, contain references to beings coming from the stars, and many of the gods worshipped in Egypt, Osiris, Horus, and Ra, were said to have descended from the heavens. Could these beings have shared their knowledge of the cosmos, encoded in the hieroglyphs, to guide humanity toward a deeper understanding of the universe? There are also reports from modern researchers and independent scholars who claim to have deciphered hidden meanings in the hieroglyphs, messages that speak of extraterrestrial visitors and technologies far beyond the understanding of ancient Egyptians. Could these hidden meanings be the remnants of ancient alien influence, embedded in the hieroglyphs for future generations to uncover? As we study these symbols, we are left with more questions than answers. What knowledge do the hieroglyphs truly hold? Could they be a form of ancient extraterrestrial communication, waiting to be unlocked by those who are ready to understand? All over the world, ancient civilizations have built monumental structures with incredible precision, often aligning them perfectly with celestial events. From the pyramids of Egypt to the megalithic stone circles of Stonehenge, these sites were designed to track the movements of the sun, the moon, and the stars. But how could such ancient societies, without telescopes or modern instruments, have achieved such accuracy? Could these structures have been built with knowledge shared by extraterrestrial visitors, who guided early humans in their quest to understand the heavens? At Stonehenge, the massive stones are arranged in such a way that they align with the solstices, marking the changing of the seasons. The precision with which these stones were placed, and the fact that they still align perfectly with the sun's path, suggests a level of astronomical knowledge far beyond what was available to the builders at the time. Could extraterrestrial beings have shared this knowledge of celestial alignments with the ancient builders of Stonehenge? Similarly, the Great Pyramid of Giza is aligned with the cardinal points of the compass with remarkable accuracy. The pyramid's dimensions are said to match the proportions of the Earth itself, and its orientation is in perfect alignment with the star system of Orion. Could the ancient Egyptians have learned this knowledge from extraterrestrials, whose advanced understanding of the cosmos helped guide the construction of their greatest monuments? Across the world, many other sacred sites, like the temples of the Mayans and the ancient ruins of Machu Picchu, display similar alignments with astronomical events. These precise placements raise a crucial question. How did ancient civilizations know so much about the stars, and who might have shared this knowledge with them? Could it be that extraterrestrial visitors helped shape the design of these sacred sites, using them to communicate their understanding of the universe? As we look up at the stars, we can't help but wonder, what secrets do these ancient sites hold, and could they be pointing to a deeper, more mysterious connection between humanity and the stars? In the farthest reaches of the Earth, in the most unexpected places, strange artifacts have been found, objects that don't belong, that shouldn't exist according to our understanding of history. These unusual discoveries challenge everything we think we know about human development. Some of these artifacts appear to be remnants of advanced technology, far beyond what early civilizations could have produced. Could these objects be proof of extraterrestrial influence, left behind by visitors from other worlds? One of the most intriguing examples comes from the hills of Russia, where strange metal objects have been found, some dating back hundreds of millions of years. These artifacts, which appear to be machine parts, gears, rods, and intricate components, seem impossibly advanced for their time. How could they have ended up in a location where no known advanced civilization could have existed? Could these artifacts be evidence of an ancient extraterrestrial presence, leaving behind traces of their technology long before humanity appeared? In other remote parts of the world, similar objects have been uncovered, mysterious, out-of-place artifacts that defy explanation. Some are said to resemble tools or even machinery, pieces that seem too advanced to belong to prehistoric times. Could these artifacts have been left behind by alien visitors, offering a glimpse into the technology that might have shaped ancient human civilization? Each of these strange discoveries raises more questions than answers. Could we be looking at evidence of extraterrestrial presence on Earth, signs of a long-lost connection between humanity and beings from other worlds? The truth may be hidden beneath the surface, waiting for us to uncover it. As we continue to explore our planet's mysteries, one thing becomes clear. We are not alone, and the evidence may be far closer than we ever imagined. As we step back and look at the evidence presented so far, a striking pattern begins to emerge. Throughout ancient civilizations, we find mysterious artifacts, unexplained knowledge, and monuments that seem to defy our understanding of history. The pyramids, the Nazca Lines, the Anunnaki, each of these elements points to something larger, something more extraordinary than we've been taught. Could extraterrestrial beings have played a role in shaping human civilization? Could they have shared their knowledge, their technology, and their wisdom with early humans, helping to guide the course of history? The evidence is scattered across the globe. Ancient texts describing gods who came from the sky, artifacts that defy explanation, and monuments built with a precision that seems impossible for their time. From the pyramids of Egypt to the strange stones at Baalbek, we see signs of advanced knowledge, knowledge that could have come from beings far more advanced than humanity. Could these structures and artifacts be the remnants of extraterrestrial influence, left behind by visitors from another world? Throughout this chapter, we've explored the idea that humanity's history might be far more complex than we realize. Could it be that ancient civilizations were not isolated, independent cultures, but part of a larger story that includes extraterrestrial visitors who shaped our development? Could these visitors have shared their knowledge of mathematics, engineering, and astronomy, helping humanity to take giant leaps in understanding the world around us? The more we uncover, the more we realize that our history is not as straightforward as we've been told. There are gaps, missing pieces, and mysteries that we cannot easily explain. But as we begin to connect the dots, the picture becomes clearer. Could extraterrestrial beings have influenced human history in ways we never imagined? Could their presence be the key to unlocking the true story of humanity's past? The truth is out there, hidden in the ancient ruins, in the texts of old, and in the artifacts we've yet to fully understand. As we continue to search, one thing becomes clear. We are only scratching the surface of a much larger, more mysterious story. What if the missing pieces of our history are waiting to be uncovered? What if the answers we seek are far stranger and more fascinating than we've ever imagined? The journey to uncover the truth is only just beginning.